Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. My name is Tabby. Today I wanted to show you some of the fragrances that I brought into my collection for the month of July. I try and limit myself to 5 bottles of fragrance a month, but this month I went overboard and got 6. But it's fine, I'm going to get 1 less in August, hopefully I behave and I get 1 less. Now this 5 could be from any category in the fragrance space. It can be niche, designer, indie niche, it can be original Arabic niche, Arabic dupes, decants, whatever. If I've paid for it with my own money, it counts. This month, it just so happened that what it is that I bought in was all Arabic fragrances. But it is difficult to stick to your wish list when they are releasing as much as they are. These Arabic fragrance houses are doing entirely too much. New releases every single week, if not every day. So my wish, I don't want my wish list to be so fixed that it stops me from getting the best fragrance that is out there and stops me from keeping up with the trends, so I'm able to bring you the current and the latest fragrances. So that is why sometimes I just step away from my wish list and get what it is that is out and is trending and I'm interested in, actually, because I buy what I like as well. Without wasting any more time, let's get on with this video. I'm going to start with the 2 fragrances that we already discussed on the channel, and those are Maison Alhambra's impression of 2 fragrances from Carolina Herrera's private collection line. And the first one is saffron, exclusive saffron, which is Maison Alhambra's impression of Carolina Herrera's saffron lazuli. Whew, tongue twisters. Saffron lazuli. This is predominantly saffron, of course, it's in the name, leather, but the leather in here is not as metallic as typically is the case for me, anyways. When there's a leather accord in fragrances, nor does it smell like the inside of a new car with leather seats. It does not smell like that at all. If anything, that leather pulls a little fresh for me. There's also a bit of rose in here. I don't pick up much of that blackcurrant, but to be fair, I'm not familiar with the blackcurrant accord, so maybe that is why I'm not able to identify it in this fragrance. This has some smoky undertone. This has the smoky undertone to it, and I'm guessing that is from I think they list agarwood, but I suspect tonka as well, because sometimes tonka for me pulls a little smoky. But I wouldn't say this is a smoky fragrance. I think all those undertones for me just contribute a lot of texture to this fragrance. Now this is sexy, this is elegant, and it's going to fit the bill for almost all occasions all year round. Well, not all occasions, but semi-casual to formal settings. I can't imagine why anyone would want to wear this to the gym. And if you like fragrances such as Mathieu Premier's Crystal Saffron, if you like Hiali Vanilla's Invite Only, and if you like Tabak Rose by BDK, this is one that you're definitely going to enjoy, either in its original form or in its dupe form. This is Exclusive Saffron by Maison Alhambra, everybody. Alright, the second one, we also spoke about this briefly on the channel, is Exclusive Rose, and this is Maison Alhambra's impression of Carolina Herrera's Burning Rose. This is basically a spicy rose with a lot of cinnamon, and I think they do list a bit of leather. I do not pick it up as much in this fragrance, but I think maybe it does contribute to the smoky undertone of this fragrance. But then again, this is also not a smoky. If anything, that smoky undertone also contributes to giving this fragrance a lot more texture and a lot more character. It comes across a bit dusty, but it's not your grandmother's rose. This is a very modern, very unique kind of rose. Now this is also going to suit semi-casual to formal situations, and it's going to be suitable for use all year round. Again, I don't see why you will be wearing this to gym, but if you need to go to brunch, it's going to fit the bill. If you need to go to the office, it's going to fit the bill. That is Exclusive Rose by Maison Alhambra, and I got both these for 500 rands at Dubai Perfumes. If you read the description, you may be able to find the links to all the websites that I purchased all my Arabic fragrances from. I also got Eternal Coffee by Paris Corner. This is a relatively new release. I think this has only been out for about a month or 2. And I love coffee, but I am not in love with this, nor am I in like with this. I am aware that we are all experiencing this fragrance differently, and I can appreciate I can respect those who are in love with this, but for me, I think I expected more, and I am struggling to connect with the fragrance because I'm struggling to reconcile what I expected this fragrance to be and what it actually is. I expected this to have a lot more depth. I expected this to be a lot more creamier. I expected this to give me, that rich coffee and creamer vibe. Coffee a strong coffee that has been overwhelmed with a lot of powdered creamer. This is exactly what I thought this would be, maybe with a load of caramel and toffee. But this is not what this is. To me, this smells like weak coffee with a lot of toffee and not enough creamer, like sprinkles of creamer. It smells like the coffee that you made at your grandmother's house that always complains that you put entirely too much creamer in your coffee. This is exactly what it smells like. It also smells like Champion, the original black Champion, and it also smells like the toffee flavored Amajoya. And when I say it smells like weak coffee, a lot of toffee and not enough creamer, I can smell those elements I'm describing to you individually. And that also makes this fragrance a little weird for me. This is, like I said, I love coffee, but I can't think of a time where I would want to smell like this. This is not a fragrance that I would ever wear on its own. I don't even want to wear this fragrance to bed. But because I have a lot of gourmand fragrances, I think it's going to, layer well with one of those or some of those, and that way I'm going to be able to make it work. But on its own, in this current form, I don't foresee myself wearing it or enjoying it. But maybe our senses change every 28 days. Every 28 days I might come back and say that I'm now entirely in love with this fragrance. But right now, I can't even recommend it to you. If you can get your nose on, if you can get in store and sample it before buying it, do that. But if you can't, don't blind buy this. It's really not a nice fragrance. It's not nice. It's got its people, but I'm not its people. Let me say that. But I can appreciate the efforts to create a coffee fragrance for coffee lovers, and I can respect those who feel differently about this fragrance than I do. That is Eternal Coffee by Paris Corner, everybody. Lovely packaging though. I also brought in Delilah by Maison Alhambra. Now this is the impression of Delilah by Perfumes de Mali. And this is this is a beautiful fragrance. It's gorgeous. Now, this fragrance is the type of fragrance that is going to be grown when you need it to be grown, when you are in your formal attire, and it's going to be young when you're going out to brunch and you have your summer dress and you need it to be young. It's going to fit the bill for every single occasion. It's also going to be suitable for wearing to the office because it's not as intense as Delilah is. The intensity here is dialed down to like maybe 70%. But that is not a bad thing. It is soft, but it's got a presence. To me, Delilah smells like a cocktail that they used to sell at a bar that I worked at fresh out of high school when I was still in my first year of varsity. This cocktail had ice cream. It also had strawberry juice. It had strawberry liqueur, and I think it also had strawberry fruits. And it was a lot creamier. So every time I sniff Delilah, the image of that cocktail comes to mind, but with just an added lychee note. It is as creamy and it is as sparkly. Oh, this is so good. Delilah is not overrated for me. I will take Delilah in any form it comes, in its original form, in its dupe form. I can never get tired of this DNA. And this for me is a fragrance that you can wear all year around. You know, when people say that they samples, or maybe when they sample the fragrance in store and they got it in, it smelled a lot different. This is exactly the experience that I had with Amber Mask, and I love Mask. Let the record show that I love Mask, and this is the one area that I do not mind redundancy. I will get Mask in all its variations. So when I sample this in store, it had a bit of a metallic feel to it. The notes are Amber, Mask, Rose, and some florals in there. But the dominant ones, the dominant notes when I sampled this fragrance in store were the rose and the mask, of course, but it also had a metallic element to that fragrance. And when they all came together, it gave me something like a metallic rose, and I fell in love with that and I wanted that, hence I bought the fragrance. But when I got it, it came to me, my full bottle was a lot smokier than I remembered. It smelled almost incense-y, but I've had it for a month because I got this in Delilah. I think it was on the 1st or the 2nd of July, so it's had a full month to sit. And I'm happy to report that this Amber Mask is now starting to smell like what it is that I thought I was buying, and that pleases me a lot. But granted, it's still a little smoky, but it's not as bad as it was. When I got it, it smelled like church incense. It smelled like the Indian market. Where they sell herbs, not where they sell spices. So where they sell incense and herbs. It smells awful, but it's since transformed, and I am happy with what it is that I'm smelling today. This is a mask that is going to be for mask lovers, not for people who are wanting to try out mask. I wouldn't say it's indolic, but it's not a it's not a friendly mask. Let me say that it's not a friendly mask. That if you're a beginner or if you're just trying out mask, you're wanting to play around with the mask, you may not like this. This is quite unisex to me, but a lot of people have reported this to be a lot more feminine. I don't get that. I didn't get that in the store, and I still don't get that now. This to me is quite unisex. Anyone can wear this all year round for any occasions really, but it is for mask lovers. You have to love your mask. The last one is a Glorious Oud Royal Blanc by F.A. Paris. Now, this is F.A. Paris's impression of Initio's mask therapy. Now, if this is what mask therapy smells like, then this is not a scent DNA that I'm willing to pay the asking price for, even though I love mask. After seeing so many raving reviews on mask therapy and on this fragrance, I really expected a lot, and I have to tell you, I am underwhelmed. I wouldn't say this is an animalic mask, but it's also not a friendly mask. It's a mask lover's mask. There's not a lot of sweetness, and the citrus undertones are very faint. A lot of people have likened this to Mont Blanc's Signature, and I can get that, but I think Mont Blanc's Signature is better. And if I'm to make you understand what this one smells like, I want you to imagine Mont Blanc's Signature stripped off of all the sweet and warm elements of it. So you take away the vanilla and everything that makes Mont Blanc's Signature as warm, as sweet, and as decadent as it is, and this is what you'll get. This is what you'll get. It's not a bad mask, but I think it is just masculine. If you are curious about Initio's mask therapy and you thought you might like it, but you're not a mask lover, rather go for Signature by Mont Blanc, because it also has mask undertones, but it's a lot creamier, it's a lot sweeter, it's a lot warmer, it's a lot more feminine than compared to this one. Now, like I said, I love mask and I will collect it in every variation, and I am happy that I have it, but I honestly can't in good faith recommend this to someone who wants to try out mask. This is not the mask that I would recommend to you. There's a whole lot of other good masks out there that are feminine and are beginner friendly. Alright, we've come to the end of the video, everybody. Read the description box to find links to places that I buy all my Arabic fragrances and also where I bought these. If you have any questions concerning these, leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video, and then I'll see you for the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day, everybody.